If you want to learn how to make your bot in Zapier smarter, if you want to learn how to feed the bot with your own knowledge, with your company knowledge, your business knowledge, this video is for you. In this video, I'll be walking you through the chatbot in Zapier, how to set it up, and everything you need to know about the chatbot in Zapier. Let's get into the video. So go to our Zapier. You can click on the chatbot and create a new chatbot. I have one here. So let's just go through it one by one. Now, what do you need when setting up this chatbot? You need your knowledge base. This includes things about your business, the price, the location, everything about your business, right? That will be your knowledge base. And then you need the prompt, the system prompt. That is a directive that we have here. This system prompt is going to tell the AI how to behave, questions to answer. Now, if you don't want the AI to answer question outside your knowledge base, you are going to state it here in the system prompt. So everything about the AI is going to be in the system prompt. Now, I have something here. This is just a template from Zapier. That is for the directive. The greeting, the first thing that you want the user to see when they click on your bot. Currently, is how can I help you today? You can change this to my name is Emmy from my name is Emmy Assistant. You can change it to anything that you want to change to. Say my name is Emmy. So when I change it to my name is Emmy, and you look at the right side here, you see it has changed to my name is Emmy. And then you can change to a mobile view. This is going to look like on a mobile phone, and this is going to look like on a desktop or a laptop. The next thing that you have on the left side is the knowledge base. Here you can include your website, you can upload files, you can connect Zapier table. You can also include your document. If you have Notion, you can add your Notion workspace in this place. You can add Airtable, right? If you have Airtable, you can import knowledge from different places into this knowledge base. That's why this knowledge base is very important. You can upload your knowledge base here. So go to ChatGPT, create a knowledge base about your business and upload it here so that the AI will know what to say. The next one is logic. If we click on logic, we can make this AI collect leads. But right now, because we are on the free plan, we can't really click this. But you can add a form where the AI can request info like name, phone number, country, and all of that. And the AI will collect those data for you. You can add a Zap button. This will trigger a Zap. You know, in Zapier, they call their workflow Zap, right? And then you can run a Zap automatically in this chatbot. You can also add a link button where you can add your website, your social media link in this place. The reason why I'm not seeing it is because this is a free version. And then you can schedule a meeting. Now, when we click on schedule a meeting, you see it's asking us which particular keyword would the client say before we schedule the meeting. And some keywords here are meeting, schedule, call. So you can add different keywords. And whenever they mention this keyword, the AI is going to send them our calendar link. You can copy your calendar link and put it here. So that's for the schedule. And then you have suggestions. This is when you put some words here for the user to click. So let's say when you want this thing to show at the beginning of the conversation, or it can show at every chatbot response. If we put it at the beginning of the conversation and then we put something like, I want to book a session, right? So let's put this and create logic. So when we start the conversation, you have, can I schedule a call? What does your company do? I want to book a session. So these are like frequency asked questions that you can add in the logic. If I click, I want to book a session, the AI might not know what to say because we have not configured it. So it's just saying what type of session are you looking for, consultation and all of that. But you have to configure it. And then for the team, you can pick the particular team that you want, but as I said, because we have not upgraded the account, we don't really have options to pick different team here. Then integration, you can take this chatbot to your Slack, you can take it to your Facebook Messenger. So if you want this chatbot on your Facebook Messenger, you can click this and connect it. Connecting platform is very easy in Zapier. And then the AI model, this is where you decide how the AI model responds to the user or to the client. If you take it down to this predictable, the AI model is going to reply the client based on your knowledge base, just based on your knowledge base. And then when you take it up, the AI model becomes a bit creative, a bit creative. So we might leave it in the center. We're going to leave it in the center here. And then you have settings. This is where you can change the user placeholder. The user placeholder message that you have here is this particular box. This box that we have there, say ask me anything. If you change this thing to question and we click on save, you see that chatbot here has changed to, this chat message side have changed to question, right? You also have custom error message. This is the error message that will display whenever there is an error. Now, if we want to publish this chatbot, all we have to do is to go to share. If we are in the paid version, we can embed this chatbot on our website and it becomes very powerful, right? If we can embed it on our website. We just have to take the link, the code that they will give to us, go to our website and embed it on our website. But because we have not paid, so that's why we don't have that here. Then you have the public link. Anyone with this link can chat with our bot. So we are going to click on this link. When we click on this link, you see the chatbot is going to open here, right? And when the chatbot open, we can ask the chatbot questions. So everything that we said before, that's what we have here. Now we can ask the chatbot questions. And then you have editor. If you have team members that you want them to join you and edit this chatbot, you can also share it with them. I currently do not have team members, so I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I believe we have covered everything. You can also review the conversation that the chatbot have had with a user for the past 7 days. And then there's analytics where you can look at people that are having conversation with chatbot, the message that have been received, the URL that have been clicked, and all of that. You can look at the analytics to have an understanding of what is going on with your chatbot. All right, so that is it for this video. We're able to cover everything about the chatbot in Zapier. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And let me know which other aspect you want me to cover in the comment section. As always, this is my personal opinion. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.